How are you going to ever improve as a person if the most you do perhaps is sometimes go to the gym and follow a workout routine? There's no challenge, there's no fear, there's no consequence, there's nothing. You're never going to be at the upper echelon of masculinity unless you've been through difficult and hard things. The world, and I've talked about this at length on lots of podcasts, the world is trying to breed bravery out of men on purpose. They don't want you to be brave because it is the bravery that's going to allow you to resist their enslavement. Anybody who's watching these videos and doesn't feel like they should have been there, you're the exact kind of person the Matrix wants you to be. You're the kind of person who's going to sit there and go, oh, well, it looks difficult. I have to do things. I have to push myself. I have to challenge myself. I've got other stuff to do. My girlfriend will get mad at me if I go away to this fight. And then you're going to sit there and be a coward. And when the enslavement comes, or the climate agenda or whatever garbage they come up with to lock you in your house happens, you're going to sit there and make the coward's choice. And it's going to be left with the brave men to finally fight against the narratives and break the matrix and free you and your family from your house, because you're not going to do it. If I was at home, I would be furious that I missed out. I'd be furious that I couldn't have been there and had a chance to prove myself, not only to myself, but to God, to look in the mirror and say, yes, I am the man I say I am. Because those are the most beautiful experiences in life. I said this to Tristan in jail. You don't get to become the most famous man in the world saying you're the top G and then get thrown in a dungeon and piss your panties. God won't allow that. God's testing me to see if I am the man I said I am. So now I get to prove it to him and to myself. And I performed flawlessly because I made the brave choice. I could have sat there and cried my eyes out. I could have done a Jordan Peterson and ended up on psychiatric meds. I could have took sleeping pills. I could have done a bunch of stupid things. I didn't do any of it because my entire life was built around constantly making the brave choice. And if you're at home, you're not making any brave choices. Life is designed so that you don't have to ever step outside of your comfort zone. You get to play video games, eat takeaway food, work your job, barely pay your bills, and that's your life. But you should be looking in the mirror knowing there's more to life than that. And if you actually truthfully analyze and understand, when I ask you if there's more to life, you may give me a few answers like you want a nicer car and you want to make some money, you want a Lambo, you want to travel the world, all these things. That's all superficial. That gets boring very quickly. There's a reason all these people who have money end up on drugs and a bunch of other garbage because they're not happy in their hearts. I don't need drugs. Why would I need money? Why would I need drugs when I know who I am as a man? That's what gives me true satisfaction. No drug's ever going to replace that. No drug's ever going to make me feel like I know I've challenged myself and pushed myself to the best of my ability. And if you're not out there doing that, you're never going to be happy, whether you have money or not. If you have to tell me the last time you truly challenged yourself, if we met and sat down and you were to say, oh, Andrew, hi, I watch emergency meetings. And I were to say, when's the last time you truly challenged yourself? Your story would be laughable. You would be a joke. Nobody would be impressed by it. And what is the point in the masculine experience unless you're prepared to suffer? There's no point in it at all. And I think it's the masculine experience. It's always been that way. Men have always gone away to war or tried to discover new lands or traverse Antarctica. And that degree of masculinity has been bred out of men today. And you're trying to live safely and you're living for safety. And that is a feminine trait in and of itself. So bravery is extremely important. You should know you need it. It's almost like the Matrix where they say the minds that want to be free know something is wrong and they're searching for it. The truly hard part is when you have to look in the mirror and look yourself in the eyes and say, am I man enough to do this? And if you can get that part of life done, you'll be amazed how easy most other challenges become. Because I'll say right now, I was far more afraid of many of my fights I've had than I ever will be of going back to jail. Genuinely. Oh, I get a bed. Okay, give me a bed and some food. And no one's going to mess with me in there because they know I will fight. Everyone wants to fight the guy who won't fight. They know I will. So I'll be completely fine. I don't care. It's a cheat code to life if you challenge yourself often enough and early enough and you get in the habit of always making the brave choice. It's a cheat code to life. A lot of people have been following my brand for a long time. When I bought Bitcoin at $3,000, when all these decisions I made, people said, how did you know? It's not about knowing. It's about making the bravest possible choice. It's not about knowing anything. It was like, there's two options here. One is be a coward like everybody else. And the other one's be brave unlike everybody else. I'm going to choose to be brave and I will suffer the consequences. I could have lost all my money. I could have got sick and died in a hospital bed. But I decided to make the brave choice always because it's my default programming. It's actually not difficult to be in the highest echelon of masculinity today because every single man is going through life trying to choose safe options and be afraid. And you know I'm right, because you're trying to dip your toe in danger. You're trying to dip your toe in danger, but truthfully, you've never really put it on the line. You want to dip your toe and then go home to your nice little comfy life. And that's why history's not going to remember you. You're not going to have a name that anybody's going to repeat after you are dead. If people talk about your death at all, because you had a chance to push yourself to be the kind of person who can come home with a story that they never thought they'd have, go away to war and come back with scars. Women would smell it on you. The men around you would smell it on you. You'd feel different in your heart. You live inside your mind, you live inside your soul. If you don't feel good inside yourself, you're never going to feel good with anything external. And you're only going to feel good inside yourself if you push yourself and if you challenge yourself and if you go through difficult things.